Welcome to Adventures into the Unknown. In today's adventure, we are searching for giant geodes. Now, this one isn't really a giant geode per se. It's about the size of a softball. But this one is a pretty good sized geode. It's about the size of my head. So in addition to these geodes, we will be searching for some fossils, more than likely back up in this area in that limestone. That's where I found these two specimens. So, with that being said, let the adventure begin. Interesting how that rock is kind of balanced up there. Alright, so that might not be a giant geode, but it's pretty good size, about the size of a baseball. And not too far from that baseball-sized geode is this, which almost looks like it could have been part of that one as well. This one's a little bigger. So you got those two right next to each other pretty much, probably from the exact same source. So it looks like we might have found kind of a pinkish purple geode here. About the size of a baseball. Kind of looks like an egg. Alright, so this purple or pinkish little egg-shaped geode may have come from up in this area, where there is this pretty big slab of pink and purple limestone. And then over here is some more of that pinkish purple limestone. And odds are it's all just rolling down that wash. Alright, that looks to be a very purple pinkish geode. Let's go in here and grab it. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's about the size of a grapefruit. That's a pretty good specimen there. Alright, so not too far away from where I found that purple pinkish geode, I found this specimen. Now I brought it over here into the light. It was in a pretty shady area. And it looks like, I don't know, a coral or maybe a sea cucumber. That goes pretty deep into there, but it doesn't actually exit out the back. So if anyone knows what this actually is, drop a comment and share your knowledge. It would be appreciated. Well, it looks like we might have found another broken open geode. That one actually goes all the way through and through. Okay, right in the middle of the screen, I think we have one of those giant geodes. Let's go take a look at that. You can see it's already broken open. Probably tumbled down that wash from up there. Let's give it a turn. It's really just the top of a geode. But imagine how big that must have been. The rest of that giant geode is probably somewhere in these rocks. But we're on the right path. Let's go see if we can find a complete one. Well, we stumbled along another one of these through and through type geodes that go through the back. Very similar to the one we found earlier. Now we got a pair of them. Now I'm not sure if the lighting is good enough for you to see. That looks like an ammonite, maybe, was embedded in this rock at one time. I have found similar sized ammonites up here before. Alright, that looks like someone actually set a trap. I'm pretty sure it's natural. But we have what looks like what might be a geode propping up this flat rock. And if you kick that geode out, this flat rock would fall down and smash whatever's underneath it. We've got something sitting up here in this ledge. I think that's going to be half of a geode. Yeah, look at that. I got all those different little pockets. Alright, so this is an interesting find. It is one of these geode type hollow on the inside there. But what I found interesting is it actually kind of looks like a bird head, at least to me. This would be your eye, your mouth would be this crack here with your beak. I don't know, what do you guys think? Maybe I'm just getting dehydrated from the hike, but it looks like a bird head to me. Alright, so we just came across this piece of limestone that looks to be almost like it was carved out like a brick. That is strange. What do you think, Katana? What do you think? Man-made or natural? There were some indigenous people in this area hundreds of years ago. So, could be man-made, I suppose. Alright, this one, again about the size of a baseball. Not broken open. And it has Some pretty red color to it. Feels solid. Here is another baseball-sized geode. Same color, pretty much just a few feet up the wash. This one's a little more buried. Not broken open either. Has some pretty good weight, feels real solid. That one might be worth breaking open. Again, just about baseball size. Alright, so we've been walking up this wash, and we may have just found our largest geode right there. It's broken in half, it looks like. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Definitely broken in half. But nonetheless, a pretty nice specimen for its size. It's probably about the size of my head, actually, if it was full. So that's probably the largest specimen we found so far. And just as soon as I stopped recording, I spotted this one right here. Now it's not nearly as big. Appears to be from the same source. It's about the size of a softball maybe. But there you go for size comparison. That one was literally just setting up the hill. So now we're getting more into the fossil area as we get closer to the limestone rock up there. And so we will more than likely be coming across a lot more fossils. There's another good fossil specimen. It kind of looks like a claw or a tooth, but I know in the past people have dropped a comment what that actually is as far as a fossil, so if you could do that again, it'd be appreciated. And right over here on this rock, we have these little shell-like type fossils. Again, I don't know the correct term. So any help in the comments would be appreciated. Alright, there's another interesting specimen. Appears to have some like rust type mineralization. And a little spider. That's on the back side. You can see we have a couple more of those fossils here as well. Some more interesting specimens in these rocks here. That looks like that got broken off. Very nice. Look at these tiny little jawbones. Give you an idea, that's the tip of my finger and I'm touching them. Tiny little jawbones. And you got this tiny little bone here too. More than likely, pack rat. They're all over out here. Back in those tiny little pack rat caves. Interesting little pocket with some fossils embedded in there. Not sure if you can see that with the lighting. We're starting to lose some of the light. But there's a couple nice fossils. Alright, so up there is Old Man's face. You can make out his nose, his mouth, and his chin. Maybe kind of an eye up there. Unfortunately, I'm losing light, but this rock is absolutely loaded with fossils all over it. Some pretty good specimens in here. But again, unfortunately, I'm losing my light. Again, we're losing the light. There's some more fossils in this rock. These things are all over this rock. Pretty amazing. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for today's adventure into the unknown. We really appreciate you joining us on today's journey. And with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, if you could do us a favor, spike that like, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you like these type of videos, you might want to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. And so with that all being said, get out there and seek and enjoy.